Good evening, everybody. How's everybody this fine Thursday evening? I hope everything is well with all of you. So who have we got in the chat tonight? So far we have Brian Madden. Good evening, Brian. And Brian at Finnerton Central Model Railway. The two Brians are in. Nick, Rule 1 Model Railways. Hi, Nick. How you doing? I've still got those points up here to post to you. I swear I'll get them in the post this side of Christmas. Fly Mode Chairman. Good evening, sir. How you doing? Jerry BVR. May not make it tonight. Real life getting in the way. No problem, Jerry. Maura's in the house. Maura Curd. Good evening, Maura. How you doing? Tom Houston, Motherwell. Good evening, Tom. Mick 92. Good evening. Nipping it definitely is, Maura. I felt it a bit today. It's a bit chilly in the evenings. Oh dear, Maura. Sorry to hear that. The dog having surgery and your daughter was in hospital. I hope everything's okay now. Here's we got Simon Motor Railway Showcase. The live stream now corrupted as I have arrived. I'm bringing the puns. Puns are right, Simon. The live stream goes downhill as soon as RG trains arrive. Rob and Grace bring the tone down. Yes, we got an Alan White's in. Good evening, Alan. How you doing? Looking forward to Saturday. Yes, some of you are off to Getz this weekend. I myself are flying out tomorrow to Birmingham to go to the Warley show at Stepfold. I'll be there for the weekend. Looking forward to see Anthony Dodge. He's coming up to Stepfold to see me on the Saturday. Be good to actually meet Anthony and Joyce in person. And I think Simon said he's coming on the Sunday. So if any of you else are about, do come and say hello. I'll be on the Inver layout. Yes, Brian was a little bit late to his live stream on Saturday. I just happened to click in just as he arrived, rather out of breath. Chris Valley 56. Good evening, Chris. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, the second month in a row I made it to Brian's oops moments. I'll be doing some soldering later on tonight, so there's a good chance I'll burn my fingers again. Joshua W56 Gaming. Good evening, Joshua. Oh, Ewan Growler is in. Good evening. Ian O'Brien. How you doing, Ian? Hope you're keeping well. Yes, there's a model show. I've seen that, Maura. The model show in Dublin in October, and IRM, Irish Railway Models, or Curascal, are announcing a new loco. I wonder what it's going to be. Oh, you're going to be at the Warley show as well, Brian? Una is off to Getz on Saturday. Very good. Okay, oh, here we are. RGJ trains all go downhill now. Hi, guys. How you doing? I don't know what I walked into last night when I popped into your stream to find Grace sitting there talking about cheese. And I got really confused. Moreland Motor Railway, Andy. How you doing, Andy, sir? Sorry not being about for it. That's no problem, Andy. I hope you're keeping well, sir. Valerie Green's in. Hi, Valerie. How you doing? Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Good evening, Andy. Hermitage Road. Pete, good evening. How you doing, sir? Yeah. Don't bloody blame us for your rude chat. I'm not rude. Like I said in your chat, I'm just an innocent little Irishman over here in the wilds of Donegal. Evening on the chat. I do apologize if your host turns the conversation south. Oh, Andy, you're going to be at Worley on Sunday. Excellent. So I should be around the Inver layout. That's why I'm going over to help exhibit and operate. So Donegal daughter will be along with me as well. There are no innocent people in Donegal. Maura. Irish and innocent shouldn't come in the same sentence. Well, Ireland is far from innocent these days. I know, Joshua. Right. Anyway, same old trains going around as last week. So we got the full rake 43, the intercity going around, class 47 red stripe going around, a 156 sprinter going around, and then we have a steamer with a couple of Pullman coaches with the lights in them, and then the usual ones on the other two layouts: the 37 with the car carriers and the 57 with the nuclear flasks. I resembled our remark. Well, Brian, you're a dub, so you know that's a whole different level. Was your MRC going to Worley, do you know, to exhibit the Donegal? I don't know. Actually, I was sent an email with all the details the other day, and I haven't actually looked at it. I haven't had time to go through all the documents they sent. Try the usual bottle of juice tonight, the old Dr. Pepper. $156 would go well with a 155 and 150. Bang got your juncture in Carl Brand. Good evening, Carl. How are you doing? No, wrong with Dubliners, cracking bunch. Hi, Aaronville. Yeah, good folk band, the Dubliners, yeah. Yeah, Dublin is expensive. I'm just going to go into the dashboard here and take that annoying little heart icon off because it's blocking part of the chat as it comes through. Reactions, save. There it is, gone. Okay, Valerie, take care. I know how nasty migraines can be. Go and sit in the dark room. No, Aaronville, I'm not going to Getz. I will be at Worley Saturday and Sunday because I'm helping exhibit the Inver layout, which is obviously Inver is a station that was on the Donegal Railway, and it was built by John Stewart, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, and he was one of our members in the Donegal Railway and also a Warley Club member, so he built the Inver layout. So I'm going to go over and help operate it. Daughter failed her written test for the second time this week. Oh dear. Yes, Andy, I've seen that video as well, where they went to Pilning. I was actually going to do, when I was in Bristol, I was going to do a live from Pilning. So I thought it'd be quite a good place to do it, because lots of trains going through at speed, but there was no phone signal there, which I think you guys found out when you were trying to use the sat-nav to find your right way. Right, let me get the roaming camera over to, what I'm going to do is, well, I'll show you on the camera, it'd be handiest. Oh, and we're on the move. Yes, this room is just full of layouts. I've got to get it cleared out. I'm under pressure from she who must be obeyed. Right, so here we have, so we're looking at the top right. Here we have the layout for Modeler's Corner. Video out now over the weekend on how I made these platforms. So what I'm going to do is I've also been putting some lights in here, putting some buildings with lights in. So I need to solder them all in. So I'm going to do that tonight. So we'll get this board flipped over and we'll see how many times I burn my fingers. So let's put that over there for now till I get everything flipped over. I did see Inver Warley. Yeah, that's the same one at the NEC. I should be operating it again. Don't drop the mic. And the Mark didn't operate Inver at NEC, his daughter did. Well, actually, she's the same daughter will be there over the weekend. So at least she knows what she's doing. Is what, Inver 009? No, it's not 009. It's actually O gauge track, narrow gauge. What's that? ON3, is it? Did enjoy that video. No spoilers. Hi, Alan. How you doing, sir? Well, my daughter's trying to do her driving over here at the moment. That's the middle child. And in Ireland, at the moment, there's something like a 6-month wait for your test. So in Ireland, you've got to do your theory test first. Then you can't apply for your provisional until you have done the theory test. Then once you get your provisional, you have to do 12 lessons with an instructor. So you can't apply for your license until those 12 lessons are signed off. And then you're looking at at least a 6-month wait before you get your test. So she's hoping, she started this like the beginning of the year, so she's hoping that she might have her test done by Christmas. Mick 92 took my test in the chariot. Caesar was the examiner. Oh, there's Simon putting up my other channel, Donegal Dad Does Dinners. It's actually a beef casserole that's coming out this weekend. Kathy Jackson, good evening, Kathy. How you doing? President XD Locomotive Shed. Fred Flintstone was my driver instructor, around the feet of me. Failed my first test, then took a lesson and passed the second. Rather a while ago. 156 Andrew, Shortbread Express. Good evening, Andrew. How you doing? Oh, and Donegal Days Out is out as well. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, I haven't done a video on that one for a while. I just haven't had the time. Oh, Alan's getting ready for Gets. Failed my test twice, gave up for 10 years, took it again. Same examiner and passed with no marks against me. Yeah. Are you going to what? Yes. What I'm going to do with the 009 Ironville is the main layout that's in the top left hand. The center of that is going to have a 009 layer on it with the Donegal stop running on it. So it's what it's going to be is it's really going to be 2 layouts in one. So I can take, actually no, it's not 009. Yes, it is 009. Sorry, yeah, 009 because it's N gauge track with 00 gauge figures. So it'll be like 2 layouts in one. So the section in the middle I'll be able to take away completely because that'll work out about 10 foot by 2 foot. So that'll be 2 sort of 5 by 2 foot sections. And that'll form the center of the layout. So when you look at the layout, it'll come out as one complete sort of, you like, hillside. So you walk around the whole layout. That's the plan I have in my head, the vision I have for it. Let's see how it works out in practice. I passed first time, but 49 lessons. I think, now I done my test in Bristol, and I think I had about 20 lessons. Particle Station. Hi, Charlie. Did you get that link I sent you, Charlie, for the power supply for the Select? I've just found it on eBay. My mother got her license just by filling in a form. She worked in the post office and saw that tests were being introduced, so got in quick. There was a thing in Ireland called the Lucky License back in the 80s, I think it was. There were so many people waiting on a test that because a provisional license at the time lasted for 2 or 3 years, and if you applied for your 3rd provisional, you just automatically got a full license. So they called it, nicknamed the Lucky License here. I'm not saying I've been driving for a while, but I have a key for the AA call boxes. Learning the mini metro. I can't even remember what I learned to drive in. I was just scared. I was sweating more than me. I had a metro. It was nice to see the road going by through the floor. Oh, the live stream only just started for me 15 minutes in. Amazing YouTube. Yes, indeed. Austin, I hate Tread Nissan Micro. You're really looking at what I do. Well, to be honest, I'm hoping now in the new year I can get stuck into my own layout, and really, because I want to get this one for Modeler's Corner. This should have been done weeks ago. I want to get this done, get it out. Then the small 6x4, I want to get the work done on that and get it out. This is all in my update video that's coming out at the weekend. So I have 2 videos scheduled to come out this weekend to make up for not getting one out last week. So hopefully in the new year, when I've got all them cleared away, I can actually start properly on my own layout. Yes, thanks. It's King Rants. Oh, was the postage that bad? Because it was in the US, I thought, that one I'd seen. So does it cost that much to get from the US to Canada, does it? It's great learning in a bloody Mercedes. Clive, new in railway. Hi, Clive. How you doing? At least you can fail in style. Simon, lucky license Leprechaun didn't issue them, did they? My emergency stop sitting in a cloud of burning rubber smell. Oh, Ivo Van Zonen. Sorry, I don't think I said hello to you. Good evening. Welcome to the stream, sir. Yeah, Maura, he is looking for a power supply, but he's in Canada, so he's looking for the 110. Because the one that comes with it, you can't even put an adapter with it because it's for 220 only. It's not for the 110. You had to do hand signals. I did my test. Of course, I know where the clutch is, said he with his foot in the ashtray. I got my own car, did most of my driving in a VW transporter van. Huh? My first car was a 82 Toyota Corolla, I think it was. And I drove that car until it completely fell apart. And then I passed my car test in Ode Morris 1100 with no lessons at all. Learned to drive on the farm. New Motor Railway, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Yes, and in US. Yes, so I can have it delivered there for Friday. Oh, well, there you go. Where was it? Sub. I did have to do hand signals, not joking, past in 1973. Maura, if you do have a spare one, you just have to check that it's 110 volts, not 220, because the one that comes is 220 only. Like some transformers, they'll work from like 100 through to 250. But the one that came with the Select, certainly the one I have, says it's only 220. And I have 3 licenses, a motorcycle, car, and HGV1. Yeah. $1,000 for insurance. See, that's the other thing now. I don't know what insurance is like in the UK now, because I remember when I got my first car, my insurance was, and this was like the early 90s, was 300 for a 1.3 Corolla. And to be honest, my insurance has never changed. It's always been around £300 every year since then. But like if my son wants to get insured just to be put on, he's looking at about at least 2,000 just to be put on as a named driver. Right, I'm just getting the soldering iron and everything ready, so I'm not keeping an eye on the chat at the moment. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me and subscribe if you're new here. If you've got any questions or anything, pop them in the chat, and I'm sure one of my mods will highlight it to me. Let me just bring up. My first driving lesson was driving people up the wall. Andy has a pilot's license. Well, actually, I have a pilot's license. Well, I did have a pilot's license. Now I've let it lapse, but I had a full commercial pilot's license. I don't know whether to show you guys doing this or not, because Brian's just going to be there waiting to record it for when I burn my fingers. I didn't think this through. Right, bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to get a tripod so I can put the camera on it. So you can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm just going to move the camera around. I get a little bit seasick. Anybody's picture freezing or anything? All right, how's that looking? Mine's a bit cold. Right. Soldering iron is on. That's heated up. It's not burning through any of my plastic boxes. I think I've got everything here I need. So what I've got here under is, obviously I've got this wire running along here. This is my 12-volt supply. So I've got some LEDs. This one is in the signal box. There's already a resistor on it. So I'm just going to solder it to the bus wire here. So what I'm using here is 1.5 mil twin and earth cable that I've stripped down. So the copper earth cable that comes out in the middle, I save that and I use it for making trees. This stuff has got mad expensive. I was looking for some the other day, and like you're looking at well over 100 quid now for a 100-meter roll. If any of you know any Sparkies and you want some of this, I'm sure they'll have scrap bits lying around that you can use. But yeah, I was surprised. If you're in the UK, one of the best places I found to buy this sort of cable, if you need it, is Screwfix. So all I've done there is use my strippers to move the sheathing, so there's a bit of copper there bare. And then I just take the wire, wrap it around it. So obviously red is live, black is neutral. So I just wrap that around. And then I get my soldering iron and just pop a little bit of solder on there just to secure it in place. And then put up a little bit of tape. So a little bit of solder on there. Just holds it in place. Of course, what I didn't get out was the tape. Now, what I tend to do with my bus wires, because when you're underneath your layout, you could have 2 or 3 different bus wires running, is I use a particular color on each bus wire of insulation tape. So obviously I look at this, I can see the yellow. You can see I've marked it there with yellow tape. So I can, there, and any connections have got yellow tape on it. So immediately when I look underneath the baseboard, I can say, right, yellow, that's the 12-volt DC bus. So a little bit of tape just around it, just to insulate it. Also helps hold it in place a little bit more, gives it a little bit more strength. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the power supply and just check that that works before I go any further. Oh. Why is that decided to? John JMC, good evening, sir. How you doing? Test the GW Prairie engine. Good evening. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm just looking to see why that's happened. It's StreamYard, for whatever reason, just decided, oh, I don't have a camera anymore. Yeah, you do. Let me just see if I can bring that back up. There we go. That's back in. Right. Back to testing the lights. me just lay this down first. So what I've got back here is just one of the cheap Hornby power supplies. That's got a 12-volt output DC. Well, it actually says 14 volt. So let's plug the power in. And hopefully that signal box will have a flickering orange light in it. Voila. You see it there, flickering? So it gives a little effect of a fire effect. I find those bulbs online, they're great. You can get blue, orange, white, and they just flicker. So it's great if you have a blue flickering one in a window, it looks like someone's watching TV. The orange flickering one obviously gives the impression of a fire flickering away. Oh, Andy, yeah, I'll catch you Sunday. Take care, mate. Just checking my mics, make sure they're still working. So yeah, there we are. So that's working. So I can disconnect the power, and we'll hook up this light. I need to put a resistor on that. Let's pull the power out, because you don't want to be doing any soldering while you're doing wiring, because that's when you blow things and break things and end up in all sorts of mess. Now, these are the wires of the light. Now, these are, it's very hard to get because they're so thin. You use your wire strippers on there, it just cuts the wire. So what I tend to do is just use a soldering iron just to melt some of the plastic back. As you can see, the wires there are really thin. All right, my 1 kilo ohm resistor. I always tend to put them on the positive. As far as I remember, because I got these lights before, and you think, oh, the red, that's positive, but not always the case. But I think on this case, the red is positive. So I do have a battery supply that I can just check. So I picked up this little battery box at a show. It takes 2 AAA batteries, which is 3 volts. So obviously you got red and black. So in theory, if I connect these up, red to the red, black to the black, it should light up and tell me that I'm right. Things like this are a lot easier to do when you're not trying to do it on camera. Just bear with me, guys. Yep, that's lit up. So red is positive and the silver one is negative. So you can pick these up. Most train shows will have them. Somebody at a train show will usually have them. If not, eBay. They're only like a couple of quid, if that. Oh, Graham's in, Lemington Station. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Right, so what I'm going to do here is just melt off some of the insulation with a soldering iron. I have my resistor. Now, when you're dealing with LEDs, it doesn't really matter whether you put the resistor on the positive or negative, but I just have the convention that I put them on the positive again. So when I look at, I'm just going to put it in that hole there to hold it so I can solder it. So when I look at the wiring, if I see a resistor, I know that's the positive. Now, anybody out there who's more into electronics and wiring than me might tell me, no, you should always put it on the negative, but that's just the convention I use, just so when I look at my wiring, I know what's what. So I'm just soldering the wire onto the resistor there. There we go. Right. Now I'm going to bring over my snips. I need to find my snips and a bit of heat shrink. Oh, Moneybrook Junction, good evening. How are you doing? Just in case Mark doesn't burn himself, I've stuck a screwdriver in my finger. And there's Simon with the pun. Couldn't resist soldering that. Ah, yes. Let's see, is this? Yeah, no, I should have put that on the wire first because that heat shrink isn't. I thought this heat shrink was big enough to go over the resistor, but it's not. So I'll have to put a bit of tape on that instead. So again, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to rub the end of it. Just using the tip of the soldering iron just to rub it, get the insulation off. I'm not even going to look at the chat to see what comments are coming up after what I just said. So I'm sure Robin Grace's ears have just pricked up. So let's see, will that reach down to there? Yes, it will. So again, get strippers just to it doesn't want to. Yeah, using the stripper is just to clear some of the insulation away, to give you somewhere to solder the connection onto. Now, there are other ways of doing this. You've got little connectors you can put on here that clip into the wire. I did use those before, but to be honest, I found these are just a solder connection. It's just as quick and easy. And when you can work on a board like this, up like this, it is so much easier. Not so much if you're underneath trying to look up. There we go. That's positive done. So positive red to positive brown. Wrap this around. And what I do before I solder that, I'm just going to put the power on to make sure the light's working before I put a bit of solder on it, just to check that it's connecting, because they're so fine, those wires, you can't always see. Yeah, it's come on. So I'll put a bit of solder on it, and then I'll show you it lit up then. If you think there's a lot of smoke coming off this, it's because it's actually melting some of the insulation. As well, when you're soldering, you should use it in a well ventilated room, because I am using lead solder here, so it does give off some toxic fumes. Bit of tape. Right. Just flip that over, put the power on so you can see it working. Hopefully it does work. There we go. You can see there the light from that. So let me turn the studio lights off. There's a bit more atmospheric. Timber Surf, how you doing, sir? So you can see, also you can see the LEDs on the buffer stops. Yeah, just looking now why the signals aren't on. They should be on. Maybe I got pulled something out there. Oh, Brian's just sent me a picture. Are they on the... Do they have DCC sockets, Brian, or would I have to hardwire them? Right, let me have a scroll back through the chat and see if I've missed anything while I'm... Oh, wow, it's telling me there's 430 comments so far. I'm going to scroll back a bit. Just wait until Mark's about to solder, then all shout, careful. Can I smell burning flesh? No, not yet, Clive. Oh, John JMC is going to be there at Getz, running the Hornby magazine, running their layouts. Very good. Hey, we never fail to twist things, including the tip. You're planning on running the tip of the soda. Strippers burn tips. What the hell are we listening to? Someone say strippers. Keith's probably got strippers. Tom, you wouldn't want to see me stripping, really. There's ladies in tonight. Yes, there certainly is. Oh, I see. Timber, I was looking on your website because I know you sent me the list of all the things you do, but I could only find pictures on your site of was it the fruit and bottles and that sort of thing. I don't know, maybe you can message me your number or something. I'll give you a buzz. Maybe that'd be better to talk directly to you than via text. And did I schedule the next unboxing video, or will we get the rest after Getz? Yeah, that's a good point. I presume I think he's flying tonight as he arrives tomorrow morning, I believe. Yeah, the light in the box it's as I say, it's flickering LEDs. You can just buy them, 3-volt flickering LEDs, no electronics or anything needed. Just put it in, and it just gives a nice effect. As I say, I use the orange ones there to give sort of a fire effect, and then it looks a lot brighter on the camera than it is actually in real life. LEDs seem to do that for some reason when you film them. They look a lot brighter than they actually are. And I use a blue one, a flickering blue one in houses to make it look like somebody's watching TV. Hardwire, the 155. Oh, it's a dummy set, is it? Oh, I could attach that to my 156 though, couldn't I? Yeah, Anthony's going to be at Getz. He's coming up to Worley on Saturday. So I'm going to see him Saturday, and then he's going to be in Getz in the afternoon and all day Sunday. Let's send for a number. Okay, yeah. Cheers, Timber. Yeah, that storm that was down in Florida won't really affect him. I presume he's probably flying out. So he usually flies out of, is it Toronto? He crosses the border and flies out from there. The storm that was due to hit us, I believe, has gone sort of over France. So it's But looking at next week, we might have a doozy of a storm coming up our way to hit the northwest of Ireland next week. But so that's a week away. I don't know how it's going to go. Okay, Mick, catch you again. Planning to get any bargains at Wardy? Well, I'll have a look around, and if I see any, then, you know. Morrison's have 3 flickering tea lights for £1. Ooh. Maybe use as is or unsolder and wire in a power circuit. Yeah. I got some color changing flickering candle things because I was going to use them on something. Again, I bought them, went into the project box. Like, you know, I'm sure we all have these project boxes as these things we're going to do. Toledo to Chicago, then across the pond. All right. Orange sweetie cover will make more like a fire globe. Never trust the forecast more than a couple of days out. Yeah, that's very true, Tom. I mean, when I'm checking the forecast for anywhere, I always check the flying forecasts, what they call the METARs and TAFs for the local airport. That gives a very accurate weather, what it's going to be sort of hour by hour. Yeah, I got all the details for Wardy. I haven't actually looked at it yet. They got sent the email about 4 or 5 days ago, and I just haven't had a chance to look at those. There's an air freshener with multicolored lights. Bottom ideal for pub disco or color TV. You know, I did have a multicolor changing light, which I thought would be good for TV, but it didn't look great. The flickering blue light looked a lot more like a TV, someone watching TV. Right, I need a drink. I need to put the lights back on so I can find me a drink. Where did I put it? All right, let's solder in the last one I'm going to do tonight. So unplug the power again. Why is that gone off? Oh, don't tell me that LED's burnt out. No. I'll have to check that now. Right, let's wire this other one in. That's it there. Right, move the camera down. You can see these other wires here that I've left in. These are droppers that I've put on other tracks, so this could be wired up for DCC at a later date. Right, so let's do the same on here. So strip off. Again, this has already got the resistor wired in, so there we go. I tell you what, this soldering iron that was given to me by a fellow director who's now chairman of the Donegal Railway Society, because I stepped down, let someone else have a go. It has been an absolute godsend. It works so well with the variable temperature on it. So that's Seamus, who usually calls in here. Lasercraft 3D. Right, let's flip that over. Plug in the power and see if it works. I've got a feeling that that little LED street lamp might have blown. Maybe the resistor wasn't strong enough for it. Right, so see that's lit up. That is for a water tower. It's going to sit over that. So what I'd planned to do is tonight is actually put the platforms in and everything and ballast it and then leave it to dry while I'm away over the weekend. But I don't think I'm going to have time to do it tonight because I still have to pack and sort a few things out. So, did this little lamp blow? Raymond Legs, good evening. How are you doing? Oh, Joshua's off. Right, take care, Joshua. Oh, Maura's off as well. Okay, Maura, take care. It was actually a 1 kiloohm, so 1,000 kilo ohms. No. 1K resistor, which is 1,000 kilo ohms, yeah. Which seemed to be enough. But of course, it is a Hornby power supply, so. And I don't have my multimeter to test it because I lent it to my father and I haven't had it back yet. So if you do like your sweeties, don't you? Blue sweetie paper over multicolor, make it more like TV. Okay, I'll try that one because I did build a layout somewhere with a multicolor one in it, and it didn't look right. Lord Al's in the house. Good evening, Alan. How are you doing, sir? Are you looking forward to Gets this weekend? Have you got into any more trouble with the YouTube police? $30 or $50K would be better. Okay. To be honest, if you want a proper power supply, you need to get a Gauge Master. Because the Gauge Master controllers are just unbelievable when you swap it out with the Hornby stuff. It's just, and they're so bulletproof and they come with a great guarantee as well. Yeah, 10K I would say. Hang on. Maybe they are 10K. Oh, I'll have to get the chart out to look at the colors. I'm sure they... Was that 1K or what it was? I'm going to have to look at the color chart and see what it is because I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was 10k. Anyway, that's something for later on to have a look at. Brown, black, red is 1k. Do you know what? I can't tell what the bloody colours are in this light. Almost looks like brown, black, brown. Well, I'm going to check them in the daylight. Brown, black, orange, and gold. Yeah, I think they are 10k then, because that looks like it looks like an orangey red in this light. So I don't know whether it's orange or red. Of course, the thing would be is just to use a 3-volt bus wire, and then you wouldn't need resistors or anything like that. Brown, black, brown would explain why it blue. Yeah. You have to check what I... So there's 100 ohm. Where did I get them from? It can't be, because that's the ones I've used with every other LED, and no other LEDs have ever blown. It could be that. Of course, those lights are from, I think, Wish I got them from, so... Just remember the gauge master controllers are not perfectly smooth. Yeah. Okay, John. Catch you again. I've got some on a blue body. New labbies are packed ready for the show, and the busy cards are at the ready. Ooh, that's something I must actually get done, is actually make up some cards. Right, what time are we? Oh, it's 20 to 9 already. So anyway, how is everyone? What's everyone been up to? I presume everyone's getting excited now for Gets this weekend. I'm excited for Worley. I don't know what trade stands are going to be there, because I think all the bigger ones are going to be at Gets. That's the one. Never buy electronic components from China. Got to have a wall of... See, I have a collection of cards I've got from everybody. And you're right, I do need to put them up somewhere where they can be seen. Sawyer's models will be at Worley, all right? Great as a wall of flame. Yeah, well, I'm not going to be able to do the ballasting on this tonight or now because I'm going to have to take that light out because I think I blew it. And I'll have to check my bucket of resistors because it could be I just pulled a resistor out of there that wasn't the right one. Brian, don't forget to put up the train shop. Put the link up for that for everyone. As you said, if you get the orders in, did you say by 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, you can do a pickup at Worley? Let's check resistors because I can't make out the colors against the blue resistor body. Well, some of these resistors, some of the resistors are so small, and when you're looking at that under a light from an LED, they're very hard to tell what the color is. But that's the first one of them I've had blow because as you can see on the other layout, as he just quickly looks over to see if they're still working. Yeah, they're still working. We've got the same lamps. Actually, no, they're not the same. Similar, but not the same. So that's actually a different batch. So, yep, I blew it. I broke it. Anthony, Middleport Junction, good evening. How you doing, sir? So I'll keep going to about 9 o'clock. And then I really have to go because I need to pack, which, to be honest, won't take too long. Make sure Donegal daughter has all her stuff packed in the case as well, because I am taking a checked bag with me because I just find it handier and, you know, in case I want to pick anything up. You blew it. I thought I was one of the terrible puns. Frying tonight. LED lamps, yes. Alan, if you want to send a few up with Anthony, and I'll hold them, and people have to come and find me if they want an Owl's Lavy, if you want to do that. That's out the magic smoke. LED tester like this. Ooh, I'll have to look at that after the stream. Yeah, so if you want to send a few up, and then they have to come and ask me for it. If you want to do that, Alan, I don't mind doing that. Likewise, Brian, if you want to use me as a point of contact if anybody orders anything. Trying to change color, then die, usually without smoke. Did anybody see? I'll have to watch the stream back and see if there was a tiny little puff of smoke. I'll be your sales rep, yeah. Well, there's smoke from Ireland, there's fire from Wales. Yeah, Rob and Grace have been very quiet in this chat. Looks like I've missed out on the Chinese order. Just looking at my family group chat. Question went up for a Chinese, and of course they all seem to do that on a Thursday when I'm on a live stream. So all electronics work by magic smoke. When you let it out, they stop working. All right, is everything still running? Yeah, everything's still running. 47 hasn't got its lights on. Oh yeah, they're on now. You think they're onto something? Yeah. Changed it. They were editing, but lurking in the background. All right. I'm sure they got your roast pork and onions. Yeah. Anthony Dodge is flying out of Detroit. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think he's getting his flight tonight. He's going to be, of course, flying east is worse than flying west. The old red eye. Yeah, Flying was there putting all the links up for the Facebook page and the Donegal Railway Heritage Centre. We will have a new website going up shortly. May even be being tested at the moment. Oh. Something just stopped and then started going again. Yeah, so that'll be tested soon. He's in Heathrow about 7 a.m. Oh yeah, he's going to be, because he's still going to do his live. I presume he's going to be doing it from wherever he's staying. Do we know where he's staying? Did he say where he's staying? Also, you don't mention it on the live chat, I suppose it wouldn't be a good idea. I'm looking forward to Wardy this weekend, catching up with a few people. As well as that, it's a narrow gauge museum as well, maybe get a ride in on a couple of steam trains. Jimmy, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just stumbled on this stream. I hope you're keeping well. Are you a model railway fan, or are you just lurking around YouTube and came across me? Where we all are. All right, okay. Stratford a few times. Yeah, well, I've never been there. I'm looking forward to it. So, 3 nights away in a hotel. Just me and Donegal daughter. So, lots of pizza to be eaten. Oh, I think the camera is probably going. Yep, battery's died, so we're losing a camera. Jimmy, a model train fan from Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, welcome to the stream. We usually have Anthony Dodge. He's from Toledo in the stream, but he's actually traveling tonight over to the UK. There's a few American rail fans who come in here. You're very welcome. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. We'll do our best to answer them. Well, he knows we'll call and cancel. Yeah, right. Let's just put that back to that. There we go. I'll be ending the stream in 10 minutes anyway, so I'm not going to try and revive that phone. Yeah, it's RIP camera 2. I was wondering if the battery would last. It was on 30%, so it's gone about an hour and a half, because obviously it was going about 10 minutes before the stream. So yeah, it's lasted an hour and a half and 30%. I'm in Toronto. Somebody has to feature. Yeah, you have to have kind of thick skin to be in this stream. Ever the comedian, yeah. I really do love these Thursday night live streams with you guys coming in and out. As we say in Ireland here, we have the crack. I know David from Canada, known as Trains on Tuesday. Didn't have Elizabeth in this week. She's from South Africa. Turco Railways, is it? Turco? It's me, Funny Bone Charlie. Yeah, so a weekend of trains for most of us, whether we're going to Getz or Worley, so something to look forward to. And the next show for me will be Dublin at the end of the month. Hopefully I can get down there for a day to have a look at that. And then the Christmas layout, I'm taking to a show in Bangor on the 30th of November. And that'll be the year sewn up for me then. We are a friendly group, Jim. We say on YouTube, you build these little communities of people, and like most people are regulars here, and I hope you'll become a regular now, popping in. I do the live stream every Thursday, 7:30 UK Irish time. What would that be? What time is it with this? Must be 5 hours behind in Boston. So what's that? 2:30 in the afternoon? Oh yeah, we've Kathy Jackson in, yeah. None of my bones are funny. I'm sure they are, Raymond. Thank you for your sub, Jim. So most of the people in here have channels, so if you want to check them out. It just says, I'm from Jerkwater, UK. No swearing, no hassle. Yeah, well, the only swearing you might get is if I burn my finger on the live stream while I'm soldering, or drop my mic, or do something I shouldn't have been doing. Sometimes it slips out. but I managed to, reminds me, I better switch the soldering iron off. Plug that. I did manage to not burn my fingers tonight, so I'm sure Brian's disappointed he hasn't anything for his monthly waffle. Soldering, yeah. You dropped the mic was epic. Yeah, I don't think I'll be over for any more trips to the UK after Worley. I want to try and get to Jason's next June in Crewe, but at the same time, we're also trying to plan a family holiday for around the same time, so I might be able to make it. Soldering, same thing. Right, I'll give you your 2-minute warning now. I'm going to end the stream now at 9 o'clock because I have to get packed and sorted for tomorrow. I got to be up at 5:30 to get to the airport for about 8 to check in, and the flight's around 10:30, I think it is. Belfast to Birmingham, and then I'll be going straight to Stafford to help with the setup, and then to the hotel, and then back to Stafford on the Saturday. Well, Jim, you know where we are. I say 7:30, which I think is 2:30 for you. Every Thursday, usually, I'm here. There's streams on most nights. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for coming along. I say, hopefully, same time next week. Some of you I will catch up with at the Worley show this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, if you need me to do anything, Brian, drop me a text. Alan, the same. If you want me to take a few of them for people, just drop me a text, let me know. Same channel. So, yeah, take care, everyone. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to end the stream. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll catch you all next week. And if I don't see you over the weekend. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, you're flying from the city. No, I'm not flying from city. I'm flying from international. So chat to you all next week, or see you at Worley. Take care, everyone. Bye.